Story 1. I've been with Sarah for about 7 years now. We met in college, hit it off instantly, and have been pretty much inseparable since. We've had our ups and downs, like any couple. We moved in together, adopted a dog, and even started talking about getting married. My company was hosting its annual office party. It's a pretty big deal, with employees from all our branches coming into town. Sarah was as excited as I was, especially since she'd get to meet some of my colleagues I always talked about. The night of the party, everything was going great. Music, drinks, laughter, the works. Sarah was mingling, and I was proud to show her off. But as the night went on, I noticed she was spending a lot of time with Mark, a colleague from another branch. I'd heard about Mark, knew he was a top performer, but we'd never met before. At first, I brushed it off. Sarah's friendly, and I didn't want to be the overly possessive boyfriend. But then, things took a turn. I was chatting with a group when someone nudged me, pointing towards a slightly ajar storage room door. Curious, I walked over and peeked in, and there they were. Sarah and Mark in a rather compromising position. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. The noise of the party faded, and without thinking, I barged in, causing them to scramble apart. Sarah was shock and guilt, while Mark just looked like a deer caught in headlights. I didn't cause a scene, just took a deep breath, told Sarah we were leaving, and walked out. The car ride home was one of the longest and most silent rides of my life. The next morning was tense. Sarah tried to act like everything was normal, making breakfast and humming to herself, but the weight in the room was palpable. Finally, I confronted her. She sighed, looking down. "It's not what you think." I raised an eyebrow. "Really?" Because what I saw seemed pretty clear to me. Sarah hesitated, then said, "Mark and I, we have a history. We dated briefly in college, way before I met you. Last night, old feelings resurfaced, and things just happened. But it didn't mean anything." I was taken aback. "So you're saying that because it was an old flame, it's somehow okay? That it didn't mean anything?" She looked frustrated. "No, I'm not saying it's okay. I got caught up in the moment. But I love you, not him." I felt confused. "You kept this from me. You never mentioned Mark, never told me about your past. How can I trust anything you say now?" Sarah's eyes welled up with tears. "I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I messed up." I took a deep breath, trying to calm the storm of emotions inside me. I need time to think. And that's where I am now, guys. Lost, hurt, and unsure of what to do next. Do I try to forgive and move past this? Or is this a sign that our relationship is fundamentally broken? I never thought I'd be in this position, and I could really use some advice. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Last update. First off, I want to thank everyone who took the time to read my story and offer their insights and advice. After a lot of soul-searching and long conversations, I've decided to forgive Sarah. It wasn't an easy decision, and trust me, there were moments I thought I'd never get past the hurt. But at the end of the day, our relationship has been built on years of love, trust, and shared memories. One mistake, as painful as it was, didn't feel like enough to throw all of that away. Sarah has been genuinely remorseful. She's cut off all contact with Mark and has been open and transparent about everything. We've set some new boundaries and are working on rebuilding the trust that was broken. It's still a work in progress, and there are days when doubt creeps in. But for now, things are going well. We're taking it one day at a time, focusing on communication and understanding. I'm cautiously optimistic about our future. Again, thank you to everyone who offered support. Life is messy, and sometimes all we can do is learn from our mistakes and move forward. Wow, what a whirlwind of emotions that was. Let us know in the comments below. If you were in his shoes, would you have forgiven Sarah or moved on? Each decision has its own set of challenges. Now, brace yourself for our next story. This one comes from a person who sensed that something was off and had their suspicions confirmed in the most unexpected way. Stay with us to find out what happens when intuition meets reality. But before, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Story 2. Ended a 2-year relationship today. Things had been off with my partner and I for 2 months. I knew something wasn't right. My partner kept picking fights, and even slightest thing could set her off. Almost every other day for the last few weeks, something would set her off, and she started projecting all of these negative emotions on me. The last few days, she had told me she was tired because she hadn't been sleeping well. I did what I could to make things smoother for her. Prepped dinner, ran baths. Anything that I could think of to make getting to bed a little easier I provided. 2 nights ago, I woke up in the middle of the night, and something in my brain just told me to lay still. I rolled over and pretended to be just as conked out as ever. I watched her text another man right in front of me. I watched her make plans, and I watched her confirm my suspicions. She planned to go out with him the next day, and I just waited. It took me until today to finally react. I still can't believe it. I still can't get over how many times I now know I was manipulated. When I confronted her, she kept telling me to give her time to explain, and how she was only acting that way because of this or that. She wasn't even sorry she was doing it, just sorry she got caught. I moved out. I have a great support system and a nice place to call my temporary home. I know leaving is what's best for me, but I still just can't believe it. I spent months thinking I was doing something wrong, and now I know all this time it was her and someone else. I'm proud of myself, but damn, it hurts. Update. It's been exactly 3 weeks since leaving my ex. I feel like this update might be cathartic to me, and maybe give some insight to others who are finding themselves in a similar situation. First off, this is not your fault. There's no need to torture yourself. You don't need insight on why someone else made decisions that were in no way for your benefit. You are not responsible for the dysfunction of others. I know it can be scary to start over, but you aren't starting over. You're moving forward. Before I left, I spent entire months riddled with anxiety that had nothing to do with my own actions, and it feels so good to be free of that. Second, are you concerned you're not strong enough to get out of this situation alone? Don't do it alone. Find the people who love you and reach out to them. Find people who can help lift you up in these trying times, and will do so with what's best for you in mind. Making decisions can get tricky if you're always in your own head. Third, get out and stay out. I cannot stress how important it is to end contact. Love bombs and other tools are just so commonly used and weaponized by cheaters. There is nothing they can tell you now that's going to repair your bond. There's no need for you to listen to an explanation or read an essay worth of text messages. If they find a way to bypass blocks or restrictions, you are free to simply delete the message. An easy thing to remind yourself of is, they could have had any of these conversations before they cheated. It really isn't important what they have to say. You know what is important? You. Love yourself, and don't be afraid to take care of yourself. There's nothing so wrong with you that caused someone else to do something. The first few days might be hard. It will be okay. You will be okay. Take some you time and make the most of being able to put yourself first again. That was truly heart-wrenching. It's impressive how they managed to move forward after such a discovery. Tell us, if you found out about a partner's infidelity the way they did, how would you handle it? Would you confront them immediately or wait like our op did? This video is over. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.